Well, would you look at what we have here? No scanner needed on this thing. 1969 Oldsmobile Cutlass. It's beautiful. It's here for some routine maintenance. Oil change, check the AC. Yes, the AC works. It's been converted to 134. And a few other minor little things. Just the interior in this thing. Nice gauges. Dash lights. That's cool. It's got an aftermarket stereo, but it's got the factory radio above it. Runs good. Well, let's have a look at what's underneath it. Here we are looking underneath the hood of this 69. That looks like an Olds V8. It's pretty wide. I'm not sure what engine that is. I'm sure somebody's going to know what off the top of their head exactly it is. But it looks virtually stock except for the chrome valve covers. Oh, it's even an EGR block off. Even back in those days they had EGR, but this is the EGR. It was right on here, so it's been blocked off. Virtually stock. So here we're looking underneath this vehicle. Is there grease fittings on there? Yeah, that's weird. Never seen grease fittings on stabilizer bushings. Anyways, I did the oil pan and rear seal on this thing a few years ago, if I recall. And we got transmission fluid leak from a couple of spots here. One from the shift shaft. You can see the fluid right on the... That's transmission fluid. And one from the gear, the speedo adapter. There's a seal on the speedo adapter, and I think when it's shut off, the oil level in the transmission is higher than that, so it leaks out of there. He said he had to add some transmission fluid to it. I don't know if I have a speedo adapter sleeve seal. Probably not. It's been a while since I've had to work on anything with a speedometer, but there's a small seal in the speedo adapter. I'm going to see if I can order those seals for him. And there's a small seal on the shift shaft that we could probably replace. But otherwise, this vehicle is immaculate underneath. You know, considering the vintage of it. It's got dual exhaust, stainless exhaust on it. Wow. Better shape than a lot of vehicles on the road right now that are 5 years old. Now he wants me to change the front shocks. He's got new front shocks, but these shocks don't look that old. I don't know why he wants me to change them. He's got Bilsteins or something here. Yeah, Bilstein shocks. Well, we'll discuss it with him. See what he wants to do. So there's the front shocks installed. Bilstein shocks. They came out pretty easy because the other ones were virtually brand new. Looking at this, I think the pan gasket is leaking a little bit, so we're going to order a service kit for it. We're going to order a seal for the transmission shift shaft. There's a little removal tool that makes the job a little easier. And I'm going to take this speedo gear out to look at the nylon gear in there. It might be worn where that seal is, in case I need to get the gear as well, because I got to count the number of teeth on it. So you can see that the oil level is high enough that it would leak out of here. So there's that little seal in there. But we're going to take it out and have a look at that gear and see if it's worn, because it's only nylon. So both this housing is designed for the certain number of gear teeth. This one's 36 to 39. And this is where that seal runs. You can see where it's worn in here. So putting a new seal in there would not likely fix it, but the seal is leaking. So we can get this seal. The housing seems to be good. I'm going to order up this gear. I got to count the number of teeth. Actually, it should be stamped right on it. It should say right on it how many teeth. I could count them. I'm sure they used to say on them how many teeth. Well, we know it's between 36 and 39. 35. Well, that's interesting. This gear set says 36, or this adapter is 36 to 39, yet right on the gear here it says 35T. I'm going to count it to be sure. But I'm going to order up this gear. Maybe I can get this housing if I can't get the seal. We'll see. Amazon is the king. So I'm going to put this back together temporarily. I'm just putting some dielectric grease on the shaft here. I've ordered this housing and I ordered this housing and the new 35 tooth gear, because I counted the teeth on the gear and there's 35. So we're going to temporarily put it back together again, so it'll be a couple of weeks before I get all the parts. Got to come from the States.